Phasmophobia, but this time I am talking about the community and not the game itself. And I know the game's had some ups and some downs, especially since I started playing, they have had a little more downs than they have ups. But I mean, the recent updates are fixing a lot of the issues that people had with the game in the first place after their big update and after their Alan Wake crossover. And I will say that this game is fun. I enjoy it, especially playing with my friends. But it has got to have one of the most toxic communities I have ever been in outside of Arc Raiders and Call of Duty and Halo. Every post that I've seen that talks good about the game has had people talking down to it and talking bad about the developers and saying stuff like the devs don't know what they're doing and that they've abandoned the game and that they're just doing whatever the cheapest update they could do is. And I mean, like, devs are going to have a rough time. Every time you update a game, it's going to have bugs that come with that update. It doesn't matter what that update is, it doesn't matter what kind of game it is. I mean, it's just going to happen. And I would like to see a lot of these people take the time to learn um how to code and how to put together a game and how to do art. And like one of the biggest complaints I've seen is about the maps and the new maps and the changes and yada yada yada. Guys, the reason they're doing it is the game was built on free assets. Free assets from the store. The big issue with assets out of a store is that you don't own the rights to the assets. You're purchasing a license to use the assets, and that purchase gets split between the person that created it and the store hosting the assets. So, going through all of the changes that the maps have done and the newer maps are that they made the assets in house. And using in house assets means that they retain the rights to the game itself. And the more and more they move towards that, yes, you're losing the feel that you had that you fell in love with, but it means that the game has longer term movement and longer term uh what would you call it? Like, you can play it for a longer amount of time because the way it's set up right now is that if anybody wanted to, they could copyright any of the assets in the game that the team at Kinetic didn't make. And when they copyright that, it means that Kinetic will have to pay a fine, or they'll have to take the game down, or they'll have to push out a really fast or really crappy update that could break the entire game. And I think they're dealing with enough right now with um pushing back the Horror 2.0 update, which I was really disappointed in, and everything like that. It can end badly about that with the maps. Another thing I see people complaining about is like the new animations, the new characters and stuff like that. I get it, but at the same time I kind of like the changes personally because I like being able to personalize my character and make them look how I want. Now they do have some stuff they need to work on because I think it's hilarious how the character models can bug out in the lobby and look absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's funny. But me having made a game on an engine that basically holds your hand the entire time you're using it and having issue after issue and then creating an update for the game and that making more bugs, I couldn't imagine going through what they're going through and having to deal with people criticizing you at every corner. But that also comes with the territory of being on a public forum. Now, I haven't done anything that has to do with character outfits or anything like that because I made a JRPG game that I'm still working on. I'm just taking a break until I can get it published. And and a lot of my issue with the community is the same issue I have with a lot of gaming communities where it's like just because they're not doing what you want right now doesn't mean what you want won't come later. And I'm I'm just kind of like Kinetic is a smaller indie studio. You can't expect them to do every little thing that you want them to do, especially when they're out here competing with other people in a genre that they helped define. And that's another big thing for me is people comparing this game to other games in the same genre. It's like why compare the games right now anyway? Like they're all pretty fresh off the market outside of Phasmophobia. And I've played Phasmophobia and I've played the other side. They're both good games, both really similar, but they're both fun. And I think that's a big thing that people have forgotten nowadays is that you can have fun playing video games without being hateful. I haven't played Demonologist, but Demonologist is so disconnected from the other side and from Phasmophobia that there's not really that much of a comparison there, and I think that's why people focus on the other side and compare that game to Phasmophobia. And I mean, I've watched some of the dev videos and some of the read some of the stuff they've put out, and I think some of the ideas that they're rejecting it's stupid to reject, but I think some of them are pretty valid, like um changing the flow of the game and changing the flow of the game so much that it is too easy to play. I get that argument. But there's some other stuff that I would like for them to change. Like what what was one of my complaints? I would like for better ghost models. Like I would like the game to be overall scarier, but they said that was coming in the 2.0 update for later on. And I'm one of those people, I get disappointed anytime a big update that gets hyped up gets pushed back. But you guys are the reason it got pushed back. You can't come out and be like, I need this game to be like this, and this, and I need you to fix these bugs and that bug and this bug and that bug, and then get mad when they push back the update to fix the bugs you wanted them to fix. And I know it's easier said than done, but really, communities overall have been destroying gaming for a while now. But I think that Phasmophobia is some of the most toxic I have ever seen in my life. And this game was or this game is fun. Me and my wife play it all the time and it's a bonding experience. But that's really all I've got about that. I don't really have much more I can say. I pointed out what I wanted to point out, but you guys gotta quit being so damn toxic, man.